everybody. Just want to give a quick astrological update on the last 2 weeks of June. We are currently in a couple of retrogrades. So what you really need to know is that there'll be a slowing down, perhaps feeling of being stuck, a more self-reflective moment in a certain area of your life based on those retrogrades, and I'll have more on them. I'll make a video on the ones we're currently experiencing soon. So don't fret and don't worry about them, but just know that we are in retrograde season and are being held in a backdrop of retrogrades. So we're still in the reverberations of the new moon in Gemini. There is an area of our life that we were planting seeds of curiosity and exploration, and my new moon readings offered some suggestions and a message. So if you're interested, you can join my Patreon and check out the messages. That new moon made a square to Neptune. This may have you feeling confused and unclear about your direction. This is really a test in your faith in higher source, the universe, however you want to name it. It's also a faith in yourself, in your capabilities, your self-worth, and so on. And this energy will soon lift, but I just want you to make a note of what has been coming up in the last week, and particularly the last couple days. So I want to say we're moving into a way more supportive week this week, and tomorrow the 19th is a big conversation between Jupiter and Saturn. They're in a sextile with each other, and this is a blessed and easeful conversation. What this sextile between the two planets is bringing up for all of us is in what areas of our life, a specific area of our life, do we need to exercise more discipline and reel things in order to grow the type of foundations we want to grow in our life. And Jupiter's a year-long stay in Taurus is really all about a lush garden in a certain area of our life, a possibility for growing and for thriving. So it's important to be clear on what we're trying to grow and the ways in which we want to make this happen. And this conversation between Jupiter and Saturn on the 19th tomorrow is a big one, and it will continue to have reverberations for the rest of the week as we're held in other supportive energies that will amplify that for us. If you're feeling confused right now or lost in your direction, remember curiosity and exploration was the theme of this new moon. So be curious, be courageous, and explore new perspectives and possibilities. So after that important connection between Jupiter and Saturn, we move right into the solstice. So when the sun enters Cancer on that day, and this is all about nurturing your inner light. If you're on my email list, then you would have received the solstice readings to kind of explain what area of your life is receiving the sun's warmth and is having light shining on it. I also want to mention that when we talk about Cancer season, we really want to remember that personal care goes hand in hand with collective care. We stay well to help each other stay well. We nourish ourselves to help each other stay nourished. And that's a very big message that Cancer season always brings to us. Well, on the same day as the solstice, on the 21st, we have two beautiful connections between Mercury, one with Mars and one with Chiron. So as you can see, it's a big week because we had that Jupiter and Saturn conversation, then we have the solstice with the sun entering Cancer, and now these two sextiles that Mercury is making. And with Mars, this is all about pursuing your goals with fervor and tenacity, and it comes at a perfect time, right? So we're already thinking about tangible growth and thriving in a certain area of our lives, right? Because of that Jupiter and Saturn sextile. And again, if you're not clear on the details, it's all right. It's coming. Trust and have faith that it's coming. You still need to move forward in some way. So this conversation between Mercury and Mars is really all about pursuing what it is that we need to pursue. And Mercury's sextile to Chiron is really all about remembering that a connection to others not only nurtures a sense of belonging, it also helps us learn different perspectives that support our goals. So there is this Gemini message right now in Mercury as it connects with both Mars and Chiron, that connection with other people. So it's about curiosity, it's about exploration, and it's about connecting to others, not just for the sake of sociability and socializing, but to learn from other people, to listen, to share information. As we move to the 22nd, so the 21st is a big day with all those energies, and the 22nd is another trine, this time between Mars and Chiron. And this is really about fiercely showing up for yourself. This is Mars and Leo reminding you to honor your desires, speak your truth, express yourself authentically, and don't give a crap about what others think. This message on the 22nd between Mars and Chiron is really about showing up from a heart-centered place, an authentic place. When you do that, then you're welcoming the types of energies that will support you in more ways than you can imagine. So the second to last week holds all these wonderful supportive energies for us, and it's a great time to make the most of them. And we start the last week of June a little bit wonky. I want to say the 25th and the 26th, so that weekend and moving into that Monday on the 26th, we have 2 days to really watch out for. The 25th, there's a square between Mercury in Gemini and Neptune in Pisces. And it's bringing us further confusion, perhaps illusions, and even delusional thinking, this lack of clarity. And the 26th, the same day Mercury enters Cancer, Mars makes a square to Uranus. And this is all about impulsivity. So when you put the two aspects together, the Mercury and Neptune square, and you bring the Mars and Uranus square, then this is a reminder to stay away from drama. This drama could be one that is coming to you, it's looking for you, it's coming from outside, somewhere else, someone else, and it could also be drama that you feel like initiating. Stay in your chill zone and just let things roll off your back. So staying away from any kind of conflict and in taking impulsive action in some way. The last 3 days of June are beautiful energies. So as I said, it starts wonky and it becomes incredibly easeful and beautiful. This is about hope and possibility. On the 28th, the Sun trines Saturn, 29th, Venus trines Chiron, and 30th, Mercury trines Saturn. And basically the gist of it is that these trines are all about emotional healing, releasing of obstacles, and connecting with intuition. Intuition is really amplified, especially on the 30th. It is the same day that Neptune stations retrograde. However, do not worry about that. That is a backdrop of energy, and I'll have more on that soon. So, as I mentioned about the trines as well as the other aspects for the last 2 weeks, just know that your own personal chart really holds more detailed information. And if you're interested in learning about how these aspects, these planetary aspects and conversations impact you personally, I do have a Transits and Tarot tier in my Patreon where we meet for 45 minutes over Zoom, and I explain it all to you when we have a conversation about ways in which you can make the most of the energies, how you can move through challenges, etc. If you have more questions, please feel free to contact me about that. It is one of my most popular tiers, and it is really the work that brings me the most joy to meet with people regularly to keep them informed about what's going on energetically and how it's impacting them. So stay tuned for more that's coming up. I will have the July update forecast posted on Patreon soon. Sending you all lots of care. Make the most of the energies, the supportive energies that are coming up in these last 2 weeks. And just be mindful of the wonky days and stay well. I'll talk to you soon.